You are standing perfectly still, but for some reason, you feel like you are losing the race. You look to your left and see someone your age crossing a finish line you haven't even reached yet. You look to your right and see a peer building a life that looks infinitely more polished than yours. Suddenly, the pristine white floor beneath your feet begins to hum with a low mechanical vibration. You look down and realize the ground isn't a floor at all. It's a high-speed, infinite treadmill. Welcome to the Thought Vault. Today, we are analyzing the crushing weight of milestone anxiety. We live in an era of constant, high-definition comparison, where everyone's highlight reel is your baseline. You feel the belt beneath you start to move, pulling you backward, away from your own goals. You take a step forward just to stay in place, but the world around you is moving faster. Massive, glowing neon billboards begin to fly past you in the background, showing curated success stories. One billboard shows a perfect home, another a perfect body, another a bank account with too many zeros. You start to jog, then run, desperately trying to keep up with the speed of everyone else's perceived progress. But these milestones aren't yours. They are flashing lights designed to make you feel fundamentally behind. Your brain registers behind as a survival threat, triggering a frantic, exhausting fight-or-flight response. You aren't running toward a goal anymore. You are simply running away from the fear of being inadequate.
The treadmill speeds up, and you start to collect the physical debris of other people's expectations. A heavy, glowing first house key hangs around your neck like a lead weight, pulling your head down. You are carrying a stack of promotion folders that are so high you can't even see the path ahead. Your pockets are stuffed with the hollow trophies of social validation that you never actually wanted. The air around you is filled with the ticking of 1,000 clocks, each one counting down your potential. You see a 30 under 30 list flying by, and you realize you're already 31 and exhausted. The guilt of your slow progress begins to manifest as a thick, heavy fog rolling over the white floor. You are sprinting now, your chest heaving, but you haven't moved an inch from where you started. This is the treadmill of comparison, a race where the finish line is a hallucination that moves as you do. Your perfectionism is whispering that if you aren't winning, you are failing, with no middle ground. But life is not a linear track with standardized checkpoints. It's a wide-open field with no single direction. The person you are comparing yourself to is running a completely different race on a different terrain. They have different resources, different starting lines, and a different set of unseen internal struggles. By measuring your internal day one against their external U10, you are performing a logical glitch. The objects of success surrounding you are starting to trip you up, clattering against the moving belt.
You stumble over a pile of expensive degrees and fall onto your knees, the treadmill still dragging you back. The noise of the world is screaming at you to get back up, to keep pace, to never let them see you tire. But every ounce of energy you spend looking at the billboards is energy stolen from your actual work. Your attention is being fragmented into 1,000 tiny pieces, scattered across 1,000 different lives. You have become a spectator of everyone else's journey while neglecting the driver's seat of your own. The treadmill begins to glow with a menacing, high-voltage blue light, demanding more and more speed. You try to jump off, but the fear of falling behind acts like a magnetic force, locking you to the belt. You look at your hands and see they are covered in the digital dust of endless, mindless scrolling. You've memorized the milestones of strangers while forgetting the quiet whispers of your own intuition. What would you be doing right now if there was no one around to watch you succeed or fail? If the white void was truly empty, would you still be running this hard? Or would you finally sit down?
We perform our lives for an invisible audience, hoping for a round of applause that never truly satisfies. The trophies you're carrying are made of cheap plastic and hollow promises of eventual happiness. True satisfaction isn't found at the end of the treadmill. It's found in the steady rhythm of your own pace. You need to stop looking at the billboard and start looking at the single brick right in front of you.
The speed of the treadmill is determined entirely by the weight of the expectations you choose to carry. If you drop the heavy folders, the keys, and the hollow trophies, the belt begins to slow down. You realize that the clocks counting down your life are just toys you can simply choose to stop winding. The fog begins to lift as you stop gasping for the approval of people who aren't even watching. You slow your pace from a frantic sprint to a steady, deliberate, and deeply intentional walk. The billboards start to flicker and fade, their bright neon lights losing their power to distract you. You are reclaiming your sovereignty, deciding for yourself what progress actually looks like. Maybe progress isn't a promotion. Maybe it's the quiet courage to keep working on your small project. Maybe progress isn't a mansion. Maybe it's the peace of mind you find in your current messy reality. The treadmill belt stops moving entirely, the mechanical hum replaced by a profound, healing silence. You step off the belt and onto the solid, unmoving ground of the present moment. You look back at the treadmill and see it for what it is, a narrow, exhausting, and pointless machine. The white void is your canvas again, not a racetrack designed by someone else's marketing department. You are allowed to be a late bloomer. You are allowed to change directions. You are allowed to rest. The falling behind feeling is just an invitation to ask, behind whom and toward what? If you are moving toward your own truth, you are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. You pick up one single object that actually matters to you, a simple, honest tool for your craft. It feels light in your hand, devoid of the crushing gravity of external comparison or false milestones. The other people's finish lines are still out there, but they no longer have any jurisdiction over your piece. You are the only person who can define the metrics of your success, and those metrics can be small. Success can be finishing a single frame, making a single connection, or choosing a single healthy thought. The 30 under 30 pressure is a marketing trick. Your 40s, 50s, and 60s are just as valid for greatness. History is filled with people who started late and changed the world with their belated contributions. Don't let the digital noise convince you that your timeline is broken. It is unfolding exactly as it should. Every stumble on the treadmill was actually a lesson in what you no longer want to carry with you. The heavy iron keys of other people's dreams have no place in your pockets anymore. Leave them behind. You are shedding the skin of the performer and stepping into the soul of the creator, raw and honest. The white floor is vast and full of potential, and you can walk in any direction you choose to. There is no one to catch up to, because no one else is occupying the specific space you were born to fill. Your path is unique, and its slowness is often just the result of its incredible hidden depth.
Fast growth is often shallow. Slow growth builds roots that can survive any storm the world throws. You are building something structural, something lasting, something that doesn't need a billboard to exist. Take a moment to acknowledge the distance you've already traveled, even if it didn't come with a trophy. Every day you chose to keep going despite the comparison was a day you won a silent, massive victory. The treadmill is a choice. You can step back on it any time, or you can choose to walk the open field. Silence the notifications, close the tabs, and look at the person in the mirror with total, radical kindness. They are doing their best with the map they were given, and that is more than enough to be proud of.
The anxiety of not being enough is a lie told to you by a world that profits from your insecurity. When you are content, you are a threat to the systems that need you to keep consuming and running. Stand tall in your inadequacy and watch as it transforms into the most powerful kind of freedom. You don't need to be ahead. You just need to be here, fully engaged with the task at hand. The drafting table is waiting for you, and it doesn't care about your age or your bank account balance. It only cares about the honesty of the lines you are about to draw and the truth you are about to tell. Let the world run its frantic race. You have a much more interesting journey to attend to right now. The pressure to be extraordinary is often just a distraction from the beauty of being deeply human.
There is a quiet majesty in the mundane work, in the small steps that no one ever sees or celebrates. This is where the real growth happens, in the silence of the void, away from the flashing neon lights. You are no longer a hostage to the timeline. You are the master of your own internal clock and pace. The exhaustion is leaving your body, replaced by a steady, calm, and unbreakable sense of purpose. You are breathing deeply now, the air in the thought vault feeling crisp, clear, and full of oxygen. The white void is no longer a vacuum of comparison. It is a laboratory of self-discovery and creation. You look at the drafting table, and the objects on it seem to glow with a new, authentic kind of light. You are ready to begin again. But this time, you are running for yourself, and yourself alone. The treadmill is just a memory, a piece of scrap metal left behind in the dust of your own evolution. Step forward with confidence, knowing that your pace is the only pace that has ever mattered in life. The hardest part was stopping the machine. The easiest part is finally walking your own beautiful path. Keep your eyes on your own work. Trust your own timing. And I will see you in the next entry of the fall.